Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi emphasized the importance of protecting civilians while defending oneself in the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine. In a telephone call with Israeli counterpart Eli Cohen, Wang reiterated that every country has the right to self-defense but must also adhere to international humanitarian law. He urged Israel to prevent further escalation of the situation to avoid a worsening humanitarian catastrophe. In a separate call with Palestinian Foreign Minister Riyad al-Maliki, Wang expressed deep sympathy for the difficult situation faced by the Palestinian people, particularly those in Gaza. He assured al-Maliki that China would continue to provide humanitarian assistance to the people of Gaza. These phone calls signify the highest level communication that China has publicly acknowledged with both Israeli and Palestinian officials since the recent attack launched by Hamas on October 7th. Notably, China refrained from explicitly condemning Hamas, despite the high civilian death toll resulting from their incursion. Israel's retaliatory airstrikes on Gaza have raised concerns among global leaders about the potential spread of the conflict. Earlier this month, during a phone call with Saudi Arabia's top diplomat, Wang criticized Israel's actions, stating that they had exceeded the limits of self-defense. He called on Israel to heed the United Nations and international community's call to cease their collective punishment of the people in Gaza. Chinese President Xi Jinping has also joined the chorus, calling for an immediate ceasefire. In a recent interview, Nicholas Burns, the United States' top diplomat in China, urged the Chinese government to denounce terrorism by Hamas. He highlighted Beijing's stance toward the group as a significant challenge in the already strained relationship between the world's two largest economies. The Gaza crisis is expected to be a key topic of discussion during Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi's anticipated visit to Washington this week for high-level meetings. Wang is scheduled to be in Washington from Thursday to Saturday, where he will hold meetings with Secretary of State Antony Blinken and White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, as confirmed by senior officials from the Biden administration. These meetings are part of an effort to responsibly manage the increasingly strained relations between the United States and China. Issues such as spying, Taiwan, and technology have contributed to the deterioration of these relations. However, the officials declined to comment on whether the meetings would pave the way for a potential summit between President Biden and President Xi in San Francisco next month. Earlier this month, U.S. congressional leaders raised concerns with President Xi regarding China's failure to condemn Hamas and express support for the victims of the conflict in Israel. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer urged China to stand with Israel and denounce the attacks, criticizing Wang for not showing sympathy or support during these challenging times. In response, China stated that it condemns actions that harm civilians and expressed its willingness to collaborate with the international community in pursuing peace talks. It is important to note that both the United States and Europe have designated Hamas as a terrorist group. President Xi has previously positioned himself as a global peacemaker. He proposed a ceasefire in Ukraine and played a crucial role in facilitating a diplomatic truce between longtime rivals Saudi Arabia and Iran. Additionally, he put forward the idea of an Israel-Palestine peace conference earlier.